Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Wendland, and this is my lifelong traveling companion and my bride, Jennifer. Hello, my dear.
Hello, Michael.
We are coming to you in this episode from the beautiful and pretty much empty Yogi Bear Camp Jellystone in Barton Lake, Indiana. And we've had a great time here. This has been intergenerational camping for us with our son Jeff and our daughter in law Amy and our two grandkids, Jax and Jovi. It's been a great time.
It's been a great couple of days, and this park is really empty because I think next week they start
Halloween.
decorating for Halloween. So you could have shot a cannon through this place this weekend, but you can't get in
You can see behind us
from now till the end of the year.
This is one of the more popular Camp Jellystones around the country. There's a little lake here, an inland lake. There's a huge water park that everybody uses in the summer. But even with the water park closed, because it's in the 40s and 50s at night now, see the trees changing. Those of you watching on YouTube and on our video version here will see the trees turning red and yellow and gold all around us.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
But lots of stuff to do. But you know, the thing that's for us is really fun is family camping. And we try and do that every year, but sometimes we get busy. This is normally when we would be at this headband, the weekend Hershey RV show just ended. It's the first time
in a long time,
except for COVID, that we missed the Hershey show. And I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we did. We really have had a great time with family camp out. It's been just great times. In fact, there goes our family. You'll see them heading down here in their golf cart. This place is so big. They all have golf carts. There's Jeff and Amy and Jax and Jovi.
And the dog.
And Clover. The dog. So this is kind of the return of our Ask Us Anything season. We are now doing this every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And we are also going to try, I think we're going to try and combine the elements of this Ask Us Anything into our podcast as well, as you guys ask us questions and we react. So we'll kind of use that to launch up and get a little emphasis going on Ask Us Anything on Sunday nights. So thank you for being here. Before we get started, always you can reach us anytime with your questions or comments. I don't put this online because the spammers get a hold of it, but I can say it. And our email address is mikeandjen@rvlifestyle.com. And you, as a viewer of this, you're part of the family, and you can email us anytime. mikeandjen@rvlifestyle.com. So let's see what he wants to ask us, because they can ask us anything.
True.
Yeah. Despina Reyes has a question.
Okay, is creating a private YouTube channel to store our travel videos for our viewing only a good way to organize them and to easily access them?
Well,
that's your department.
Yes, it is, but it's not exactly keeping with the spirit of YouTube. I mean, YouTube is there for creators, of which you would be if you're making videos, to share their videos with the YouTube universe. So if you just want it for your viewing only, I think that's kind of not in keeping with the spirit of what YouTube is all about. If you want to share it with friends and family, kind of make it a semi-private channel, or your videos private, you can. But YouTube would really prefer if you would use this and share it with others. That's the point of YouTube. So there's other services you can use like Vimeo, or you can just put your videos, learn how to edit them in whatever, I don't know what computer system you have. There's so many editing programs that are simple, and catalog them. But for your viewing only, I bet you're going to share it with somebody, don't you think?
I think that's how you started out using YouTube.
No,
you kind of used it as a little storage area.
I did, but I shared it with the world. So and then we grow. But so yes, Despina, you can do it, and it's probably pretty efficient. A good way to do it that way. But I think YouTube would say it's really not meant for your private viewing, although you can. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does.
I hope so. So, Ed Richards,
Wahoo! 2 weeks till Nashville, but who's counting?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. From tonight we will be in Nashville, Tennessee for our Music City meetup, another one of our RV lifestyle gatherings, and we've expanded this. We've still got a waiting list for it, but it's been filled for really pretty much since we announced it. We're going to the Grand Ole Opry. We're hitting Broadway, doing some honky tonkin', and having a lot of fun around campfires. And we look forward to seeing everybody, and especially you, Ed, in Nashville, coming up in 2 weeks from tonight. So that's going to be fun. And we'll be doing our Ask Us Anything from there as well. So it should be a great time. I know a lot of you are headed out that way, and it will be good. I love Nashville.
I do too.
Little darling.
Oh,
All right, let's see. Who else do we have here? We've got.
just
I
do the
guess like we've
hellos.
jammed. For some reason, these are not coming on. Don't know. I can't get any of the questions out. Okay, let's try that again, and we'll see if you hear us. Phyllis, can you hear us? Okay.
Okay.
This is my new internet system that I'm testing out. It's supposed to be the best new internet system for mobiles. It sure was last week, but it dropped my signal tonight.
Oh dear.
It could be because I'm
We've got
primarily
some trees.
on this new star. I've got a. I don't want to give all the details of this away because we're still testing it, but I am using Starlink partially, and Starlink is kind of there's some trees kind of right over it, but I don't know. We'll see if it holds together. Mike Rademacher.
Okay, beautiful evening here in Westonville, Ohio. See you soon at the Music City meetup.
We will, Mike. Looking forward to that. That should be really fun. Linda Ward.
Yes. Hello from Robbinsville, New Jersey. Comment. Heading out soon to see the monarch migration and
Shh. Don't tell my wife about that, Linda. She'll
And
make me
Kate.
go.
Cape May, New Jersey. I bet that would be awesome. Something to
Yes.
see.
It is. Now,
Wish we were with you, Linda.
I've seen it in the desert in Arizona when they all come back that way, and it is pretty amazing. Those monarchs are literally everywhere. That'll be a great trip. Have fun, Linda. Georgiana Thornton.
Hey, from San Antonio.
Hey, Richard Carrillo.
Hello from Massachusetts.
And Johnny Lightning.
Evening to everyone from the middle of the mitten.
That'd be Michigan, middle of Michigan. And it's good to see you. Jeffrey Cosmos.
Hi from Panama City Beach, Florida.
But we've got you guys from everywhere.
All over.
So that's pretty good.
And you know what? Every time I read a place, I wish we were there.
Cheney Lake Campground near Wichita, Kansas is Chris Mandobiando.
Yes.
Yes. And it should be really fun to see everybody there. So, all right. So put your questions on. There's one from Georgiana Thornton.
Have you sold your place? I take it you mean Tennessee.
Yes. No.
No, we have not sold it. It's still
not
sitting
yet.
there.
Still sitting there. And you want to sell? I'm not 100% certain. And we've been busy. I haven't really pushed it much. David Jones.
I am local to Hershey. Really didn't want to look at the other brands. Only want an Embassy.
That's the
Good
one
choice.
we profiled a little while ago. They're great
Good
little
choice.
units.
The
Yep.
Embassy. I think you're going to be very, very happy with that.
Yep. They meet a particular niche. And David, it sounds like that's yours.
Yep.
We thought we were very impressed with
The only thing, it's very dark inside the little Embassy. It was all kind of charcoal
the
dark.
decor.
The decor.
Yeah.
The decor.
Could use a little update, but
Well, just like
that's
a
good.
little bit. lighter.
Richard Carrero. Am I pronouncing it? I'm get the Carrero. Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay, electric bikes. We're looking into getting a couple. My wife is shorter, 4'10", so we want something she'll be comfortable riding. What's your take on these bikes?
That's what we have, electric bikes. We love them.
And what's so nice about the bikes now are the step through. You don't have any kind of bar. It's very easy to swing your leg through and lower the seat, and I think they'll be fine. Boy, that's the hard part. You want to ride a bike before you buy it.
Yeah, but the step-through models really do make it easy,
Yeah.
and I think
I think they'd be honest if you called them up and
oh yeah, just say, hey, I'm 4'10". Is that gonna work?
then how many feet are legs?
Yeah. How long are your legs? But that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're great bikes. They're
They
very
are.
well. Their
They're
prices are
a good
excellent.
company, nice people.
Yeah, we just tested the trike bike, which isn't really for us, but I had a lot of fun with it. I
Oh,
took it
you had a
off road.
blast on it.
Yeah, I really did. And but we kind of like the two wheelers still, the step through two wheelers.
But what I really like about that trike bike is you can put a cooler on the back. You've got a big storage area where you can set all kinds of things. You can even have a seat for another person behind you. They have a little thing you could pull for your dog if you want to pull your puppy behind you. They have all kinds of things that you can add on to do a lot of stuff. I can see if you were stationary and you needed something to get to the store and you needed to carry your groceries back and everything, that boy, perfect.
Now, if you are visit our RV lifestyle page, our blog, which we have new content every day, by the way, rvlifestyle.com. Look under, there's a partners tab, and you can go directly to electric bikes, and I think they even give you a little price break. I'm not sure. You have to check out, but check them out at our partners page.
And in this thing called aging and other things too, just life, a lot of people with their balance, they have balance issues. And we met a woman at a rally that we
She
were
had
at.
that trike that we
She
tested.
had the trike bike, and she said it was because of balance.
And she loved it.
And she loved it. Absolutely
She
loved
was
it.
tooling. That was the one
She was
last week.
tooling all over the place.
The Montana Owners Rally. Linda Barkume.
Hello from Farmington Hills. Went an Alaskan cruise last week off the Missouri to camp in. Oh, Bobo, let's stop it. Are you seeing a dog or something?
Is there a dog or something?
To camp in a few weeks to visit our daughter and son-in-law and hit an Oktoberfest in Herman, Missouri.
Well,
sounds
you
like
have
fun.
certainly been busy, Linda. This is a great time for Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the last time we were there,
When did we do a cruise?
it was about this time, or was it? No, we were in Alaska about this time of the year.
It was so long ago.
And it was we had snow up in the mountains. It was just it was the snow line was the frost line. The snow line was coming down, so it's getting cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting cold. It's been in the 40s here in northern Indiana this last few days. So.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hoffman.
Are you taking the Class C or the fifth wheel on your maritime trip?
Well, that's a tough one. We're planning on taking the Montana, our new fifth wheel, but standing by is our Class C. And you will all be happy to know that we are using both of our RVs this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and Amy are hanging out in the Class C and the Leisure Travel Vans Unity, and we get the grandkids in our Montana, and we're having a ball.
It's working out.
Spoiling them.
It's working out quite well, except Bo woke him up this morning, and then Bo jumped in bed with him.
Yeah, Bo is delighted to have him.
Bo is so thrilled to have him. Yeah, he's so thrilled to have him.
So we are using actually both of them this weekend, and it's amazing having two RVs how they both have this niche, and we have used both of them all summer long, not at the same time as we are this trip. But our daughter Wendy loves to camp, and she used it earlier this summer, and we were in a fifth wheel then, and we will probably offer it up to our kids to use, and it's kind of fun. So I'm not sure, but right now we're planning on taking the Montana. Denise Werner.
Nice to see you on Sunday again. It's a fall-like evening here in Ohio.
It's full. I've been in a t-shirt all day, but I just put this sweatshirt on. By the way, this is part of our official merch. Have you been to our merch page, you people? Go get our merch. This is cool. Look at this nice design. It says outdoors. Yes, it does say RV lifestyle, but way down here, you got to really look carefully to see it. Right under there. Yeah. So we've got some great sweatshirts. Jen's got one.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Trails up in hers. And
you like the hoodie thing. I don't like
I do like
anything
hoodies. I like the hoodie.
on my neck. It bothers me, so I always want a zipper.
I
get hot and cold.
Early morning and around a campfire.
You tend to always
hoodies are great.
Be a little chilled.
Yep.
So that works well for you.
Yep, it does work well for me.
Yeah, I got.
I've got I
can put on, take off.
We have like 5 different hoodie designs, I think, and I've got every one of them.
Yeah, so you love them.
I love your sweatshirts. I do. I wear it all winter long.
It's
Jerry Cornelius.
Statement. Does your new fifth wheel have soft start on its AC?
It does. This is that new Coleman Mach air conditioner. There's one in the living room, family room, and then one in the bedroom, and love those air conditioners. But I think they come with a built-in soft start to them, and they're so quiet.
That's what I wanted to say. They are so quiet. I can't believe it. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. After having in our Class Bs and even on some of our Cs, this roaring air conditioner that it was so noisy. It's so nice. You know, last week and during the day, it's really warm, and we've had the AC on, and you don't even hear it. It's just really nice. And sometimes we'll just turn it on because I like to get cool at night. Frugal Tracy.
Hi, Mike and Jen. The leaves are beautiful behind you, Jen. They are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Now we watched that tree. I'll see if I can turn it a
Oh,
little bit.
don't mess with a good thing.
And you
They
can
it's
see
half, two-thirds green.
It's 2/3 green. It was just the very first few branches when we came here Thursday were red.
So if we stay another week,
if we stay another week, that would be red, and they will all be turning. And I always love this. Is my favorite time of year. And this is again what we keep telling you to do fall camping, because look, these are all empty sites here, and it's quiet except for there's a freeway.
Yeah, there's a freeway over there.
Yeah, that's
what are you gonna do?
Every campground is near a freeway and usually a railroad tracks. We can say we have not heard railroads here. We sure did last week in Goshen, though.
If I should say this or not, our new home, I said it kind of feels like we're at a KOA.
Yeah, it does. Every KOA is near a railroad track and a freeway.
And a road.
And a freeway, yeah. Marshall PC Wabash.
Okay, have you been to the breaks on
the Virginia-Kentucky border? Only passing through, never to stay. But I've heard good things about it. We would like to try it. It's one of those places we just need to have the time when we're there to stay. Hey, let's stay.
Slow down.
Days. Yeah.
Smell the roses.
But I've heard good things on it, Marshall. And it's pretty country. I know that. Julie Thompson.
Have you considered renting out your spot in Tennessee?
No.
Not really, because there's liability, and if something goes wrong, we're 600 miles away.
Yeah, that's if we're in Michigan, and if we're traveling, we're the other side of the thing. And
I think basically liability.
Yeah, I just don't want the hassle of it. So we have lent it out a couple of times, but we're really careful about that too. We need to know the people well. So that because I don't want any liability or pushback on it, but I don't know what, there's not much you can do. You just park there. But my insurance people say, if you rent it out, you've got to have lots more insurance. And I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to charge people for using it. And then the people have to be responsible, which, even us, it's hard to be responsible, to remember to turn things off. Lock things properly.
I think she's talking about me.
No, I mean, just.
No, I know you're talking about me.
No, just the little things. Like we opened up one of our screens and we lifted that red latch. And I said, now we have to make sure that we shut that red latch. There's all these little things you have to pay attention to.
Because if you drive down without that red latch shut, it can open up and
rip out
the window, which is one of those things we learned through experience.
I think that might have happened.
Why you should have a checklist of everything you check on the inside of your RV before you take off, and then both of you walk around on the outside and double check everything's stowed away and locked.
Then do we tell them how we forgot part of the new water system? We're walking around looking at the outside.
I got it. Yep. I forgot a really nice brass double spigot with quick release locks. I've got a brand new that we'll be doing a review on a water filtration system, and I left that behind at our last stop. And of course, it's always gone.
And I said, I'll drive back and get it. And then I was thinking about that, the gas that I would use to drive.
Time. But
I don't care about my time, but the gas
wouldn't be worth it. So double check everything. It really is important.
It really is.
Ken Cooper.
Just traded my Keystone Cougar to Keystone, Montana. Now I can join the club.
We just bought this Montana in July, and so this Montana rally came up, and we said, well, sure. It was put on by the Montana Owners Club, not connected with Keystone at all. It's the club, and we've never been to anything better organized. And we're going to do a video on it just to show you how many things that they have. But it was really fun, and they were all Montanas of different sizes, and it was so nice to meet everybody, learn different things. I learned more than I could have learned in going to RV owners school, I think. Although we may do that too. Lippert puts on one, and we want to go to that and try it. But
And we didn't stay the full time because we never stay the full time for anything. We had this trip with our kids planned.
and we
But
work. We have to
and
edit
we worked.
video and write stories and meet with sponsors and do all sorts of stuff like that. And you know, we can't just enjoy any. We never can enjoy. Although we have this weekend with their kids. This is the only work we've really done.
Mhm.
Jeffrey Cosmos.
I just purchased a 2023 Ford F-150 Eco that can tow 13,000 pounds. I would never do that much. I want to do 7,000 gross pounds or less. I am told to keep it 25 feet on an F-150. Your opinion? What about that bed?
Well, you can. It says it can tow 13,000, but uh, I think if you pick up and you're talking a travel trailer, pretty much more than a fifth wheel. If you're talking about 7,000 pounds gross, and usually then you'd add another 2,000, 1,800 to 2,000 for your cargo and your passengers and your dog and your food and your water. So you're pushing 10,000 pounds that you'll be towing with that F-150. I towed a 12,000 pound unit, 13,000 with our 3/4 ton 250 F-250, and now this 35-foot, which is about 14,000 pounds, just under 15,000. I'm towing it, and it's towing fine. So yeah, I think that's all to tell you. Yes, you can do it, but you want to have it weighed. You really want to weigh it and make sure you're not over it, because where people go over is you got to count your weight, your passenger's weight, your dog's weight, the food that you bring, the clothes, all the gear that you bring, water. If you're putting water in the tanks, all that counts, and then anything else in the truck bed, including the hitch, which always weighs 150 pounds or so. If you're bringing e-bikes, each of those e-bikes is going to weigh 70 pounds or so each. You can see it's very easy to get overweight. And yes, the vehicle will pull it, but can it stop in time? Will the tires handle it? The leading cause of fatal accidents with RVers is a blown tire, caused oftentimes by being overweight. So be sure on what you're towing, and get that thing weighed. Am I scaring you?
No, I'm thinking. I wish somebody had told us when we got this 250 to get a long bed.
Well, they did.
Oh, they did.
Well, they said that's always best. We have a sliding hitch. That's a whole story in itself, and that really does work. But you'll remember when we bought this in 2022,
Yeah, we couldn't get anything.
We could not get a truck at all, and I had to search all around the country to get this, and I got a used one. But if I was to get a 350, I would like one. I want a 350. Hi, I would like a 350. I would get one with a long bed. It's easier to back in. It's much easier to back when you're doing a sharp turn. But you'll be fine. I think you're fine, Jeffrey, with your 23 F-150. And there are people who are going to say, no, you need more than that. But I think if you keep your trailer certainly under 25 feet, you're going to be fine.
Well, it kind of unnerved me when I kept hearing everybody say that we needed the long bed. And
well,
I'm
that's
just
what
like,
that's
oh,
the
man.
ideal. I was going to use that as my excuse to get a 350, but
No.
With 2 pieces of property, Michigan, the 10 acres we're developing there, the 5 acres in Tennessee, something's got to give before I get my F-350. So I think it's got to be the Tennessee.
Something's got to give.
Johnny Lightning.
Are you guys planning to be in Tampa in January? We sure are.
Yeah, we
really want to go.
Yep, we do. We do. So that's our.
I don't think Bo so much, but we do.
Yep, we do like it. We like Tampa a lot. The Tampa RV show, which is the 17th of January, I think. Debbie Alt.
We are returning to RVing after many years away. We're in the market now. I know you have had a Class B, an Arcadia, LTV, fifth wheels. How did you make a choice? We are in our 70s, hoping to both drive. Are you comfortable driving a truck, pulling a fifth wheel, or an Arcadia, or a travel trailer? I told Mike I would drive a Class B because he wanted an A, and I said, no way I'm driving an A, but if you get a B, I'm comfortable.
We
So then
had
we pushed it a little to a C.
we had Class Bs for the first 6-7 years
Oh
that we
yeah,
were RVing,
we had a
and
lot
we
of
loved
these.
them. But I really got sick of the lack of room, and
Okay.
particularly when we were working, and particularly as Bo grew from being a puppy to a 65-pound Norwegian Elkhound.
Our first Class B that we had, I keep thinking
That
about it
was the
all the
best,
time.
wasn't
That
it?
was the best. The
Our
first one
used
that
road
we had,
trek,
a used road trek.
a
And
2006
why
road
to
trek.
me it was the best. There were 2 twin beds. And then, oh, I wanted a sofa because you know, you want whatever you don't have. So we got the sofa, and I never want that sofa again because to get up, I call it the scooch. You're pushing with your wrists, you're
On the
scooching,
sofa.
inchworming off that bed.
In reverse.
Yeah.
No, yeah, in
Yeah,
forward.
you know,
I
your
guess.
head's
Forward,
there
yeah.
and your feet are there, and you got to scooch. And
We call it the Jennifer Scooch.
well,
Yeah.
the scooch.
Yeah.
And making the bed and scooching off it, not so bad getting back in. But that scooch, too hard on your wrists as you age. You want a bed that's easy to make.
So that's what you would probably have to do as well in your Class B, unless you can find a Class B with 2 single beds, and there's a lot of them out there. The Travato has one. There are a lot on the Dodge Ram chassis that have one. Coachman makes some that have the twin beds, so you can find plenty of them. But you know, the room is a factor. Then you come up to a Class C, which often is bigger and may have a slide out, which is really nice, right? So that would help. And then the fifth wheels, which are really big, really comfy, but you're towing them and backing up. And when you add a truck to them, and this is 35 feet,
Bo, quiet.
Our Arcadia, I guess I should show everybody that. It's right there. Okay, so there's the arcade, or that's our
Montana High Country.
and that's my F-250 back over there. But when you add those two together, the
You're as big as
F-250,
a truck.
yeah, you're the size pretty
semi.
much of a semi tractor trailer. And are you comfortable, Debbie, driving that on the road?
The most important question is, do you need small or do you need larger? Are you comfortable being in a small space? Some people live in those Bs and they're just happy as all get out. Other people want
We were for
want
5-6
more
years.
room.
We loved them.
So
I would suggest renting something first, and I would say go
they're
try.
returning.
Oh, that's right. Well, you're returning to RV, so you kind of know. I would suggest that you look at a Class C, and see what you think about that.
And if you're going to get a C, you probably want to tow a car. Get something that can tow a car.
Now she asked, how did we make the choice? We kind of just fell into the fifth wheel. We were at the Tampa show a couple years ago, and we were just always, all of our reviews that we did at the RV shows were about Class Bs and Class Cs, because that's what we were in. And we realized our audience was bigger than that. We needed to look at some towables. We needed to look at a fifth wheel. So we said, well, let's go look at a fifth wheel. And at that year, the Arcadia was RV Business's RV of the year.
Yes.
So we looked at it, and
you took me to go look at it.
I went. You stayed back. You didn't want to see it. You didn't think we wanted to fifth wheel.
I was recovering from COVID. I was a little sleepy.
So I went and looked at it, and I just fell in love with this thing.
And then you took me.
And then all she said was,
"Holy smokes! Holy smokes!" I never say "holy smokes." I just look around and I thought, "This is cute. This is the cutest little thing I've ever seen."
And
never should have said that. Then we got it.
And
then he got his truck.
And we had our current leisure travel van, which is right next door. We had that on order. So we didn't. And at that time, it took almost 2 years for an order to come through. So we didn't want to lose that. And that's how we ended up with both the leisure travel van and this. And then we, it went on and on. But so they're in their 70s. You both can drive. My recommendation is think about Class Cs. If it's just the two of you, start with just Class Cs. Chris Mounts.
Okay, what's a decent, cheaper RV to just start out with?
I hate answering a question like that, Chris, because the word cheap is not a good word.
What we want is used.
If you want inexpensive or the best bargain, then I would tell you shop used. Cheap, it's going to break. It is going to break. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how else to tell you that. So if you are just starting off, my recommendation is do what we did. We bought a 6-year-old Class B, a road trek Class B. It was 2006 and loved it. As to this day, I think that was my favorite
It was
Class
my
B.
favorite.
And it didn't have solar, it didn't have lithium, it didn't have any of that stuff, which is all nice. We love all that stuff. But it was, we loved it.
It
Absolutely
handled
loved it.
well. I
Handled well.
mean, you know,
It was bulletproof. I mean, it really, we had no issues with it.
mm-mm.
Um, so look for something used, lower mileage, and in good condition. But cheap is not a good word. You want, and you want a brand that has some quality to it. There are a lot of RVs out there that are cheap and inexpensive. There are few that are in good quality that are inexpensive. It's just the way things go. But if you buy used, have fun with it for a couple years, then trade that in, and then you can trade on up and go
Somebody
from that way.
explained it to me as they put a price like 70,000, and then they have to cut corners where they can to keep to that price, rather than going more for quality and
Now,
paying more.
I will say when we bought the 6-year-old Class B that we bought in 2012, it was the 2006 model, cost $65,000. So I don't know if that's what you would call cheap, but it is inexpensive compared to what RVs cost today. Uh, so I don't know what buying a 6-year-old RV is going to cost today. I would expect a little more than that, more in that 70,000 range. Um, I would not buy much older than 6, 7, 8 years because sometimes it's harder to find parts. I'd want to check out that company and make sure that they have manuals available and that parts are available if you need them. But the most inexpensive way to start off is with a pop-up camper. That is hands down the most, and they're great. We had one of those too when we were first married with our kids. Those
And
are affordable, easy to tow, and surprisingly full featured.
and how they're making them cheaper is you don't get two air conditioners. Maybe you only get one, or I don't know if they have any with none, but they take away things. You don't have lithium batteries. You don't have solar. I mean, they just cut back wherever they can, just little things that you would like.
But a pop-up camper can get you anywhere you need to be, and are, as I said, surprisingly comfortable and fun. So start off with something like that. And I don't know if it's a whole bunch of people, Chris, or just you, and if it's a family, but a pop-up.
Pop-ups now have air conditioning units.
I know.
Didn't,
They
they
didn't
didn't
with
when
it.
we were out there.
Diane Purcell Fowler,
Are there still spots for sale where you bought in Tennessee?
they're sold out. They're sold out. There's like our parcel, we're going to sell ours. And there's a few others I think that have listed theirs or they're about to list theirs. The same company is developing another development, but it's a further away and the territory is a little different. And I don't know whether what the status is. They had been advertising on the podcast, and that's ended now. I think they're. I don't know if they're going to keep selling it during the fall and pick it up in the spring again or what. But the spot we bought at the Woodlands, they have sold all their spots. So that's all I can say. TD to me.
Okay, we just bought a Jayco Class C and love your Class C content. Very few YouTube Class C RVers produce content, so please keep it up.
Well,
Thanks.
Thank you. We will try.
That's encouraging
We
to
will
us.
try
Thank you.
and do that. And we do enjoy Class C's and fifth wheels. So, Grizky.
Did Hershey again? Not hot for a change. Thinking of a Vista NPF. Have you seen them? And what do you think?
I think that's the National Park Foundation model of the Vista from Winnebago, if that's what you're talking about. And that's a Class C. It's comparable in size to all of the Class C's out there. The National Park Foundation, they give it a few little extra things here for their edition. If that's what I'm thinking of, that's they're nice. Yeah, I've seen them. We went through. They did that with the Travato, and I think they did that with the Echo line. Winnebago did National Park Foundation edition, and they're nice. They're kind of geared for boondocking and getting out there in the wilderness. Winnebago's got a good handle on that boondocking, off-grid, whole genre of RVing out there. if that's what we're thinking of, the same model, Class C. It's a nice rig.
It's really nice to hear that it wasn't too hot, and I wonder how the crowds were, if it was easy to get into vehicles to see what you wanted to see.
Hershey was a brutal show for us because it was so hot. You had to walk so far from where you parked. And if we got stuff that we had to take back to the car, you had to go all the way back through there.
So you're saying we needed a cart? We can't drive a cart.
Yeah.
It's too crowded.
Oh, I wouldn't want to drive a car.
No.
There. Deborah Vaught Beck.
We just came from Sault Ste. Marie and are now on Mackinac. Love your UP guide.
Well, thank you, Deborah. While you mentioned our guides, we have a whole library of them, of RV travel guides. They're basically like a 7-stop guide. It gives you 7 locations. You can stay a couple of nights or several nights or a week in each of those locations. You can take it, do a couple of the stops one year and the rest of them the next. But we have a brand new one coming out. A week from tonight, we hope to be able to announce our next travel guide. And it is for, are you ready for this? A week from today, we hope to announce our coastal Maine travel guide. And we're trying to get that out. So there's still a month or so that you can travel that beautiful area. Hurricane Lee kind of gave it a glancing blow yesterday, but very little damage. They shut Arcadia down for a couple of days, Arcadia National Park, but it's all back open again now, or it will be tomorrow, I think. So not a problem. But the Coastal Guide Maine book, we hope to announce it for sale on Ask Us Anything next Sunday night. So stand by. We should do a pre-sale on it. It'd be fun. Jerry Cornelius.
We would like to get a new mattress for LTV Unity. Can you suggest a couple of manufacturers?
Sure. There's 2. We've used the Brooklyn bedding. It's called RV mattress, just RV mattress. Here's the catch, though. You say it's an LTV Unity. Is it the Murphy bed Unity? If it's the Murphy bed Unity, I don't know where you're going to get a mattress, because that mattress, the first 2 feet or 18 inches folds on top of it so it can go up in the wall and stay up. And I don't know anybody that makes that folding mattress. LTV has a supplier, and you might call them and maybe they could give you another one. But if it's a regular bed, a twin bed, or one of the dedicated bed, that doesn't have the folding part, would recommend RV mattress. And another mattress that we hear a lot about, we have not tried it ourselves, is the Ghost brand of mattress, also for RVs.
Bo, quiet.
So
Bo, quiet.
He's chasing a chipmunk.
Squirrel?
A chipmunk.
Oh, there's a lot of chipmunks.
Chipmunk was
around
right
here.
underneath the fifth wheel. Richard Pura, our buddy Richard from Marquette in God's Country in Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Fall colors starting in the UP. Why are the sites so full at Tequamanon? Because everybody's going there now. I kinda
Yeah,
feel that
Richard-
we're responsible for this.
We have been doing a winter camp out at Tequamanon Falls every weekend.
There goes our kids in the back.
Since for 10 years. This will be 11th year. And I just booked a site tonight, but I may cancel it because most of the sites are filled, according to the Michigan Department of Natural Resources site. Now, I don't know. There's some dog sled races and the winter dog sled races up there and maybe that's why everybody's there, but they're mostly filled. And sometimes the park only offers a few sites that they plow. And then if there's a lot of interest, then they'll open up more. And that's what I'm hoping it will be, Richard, that they just sort of have closed those. So we're not going to be back at a place where I can call and reach somebody, but you try and let us know what you hear. Hopefully that's the case. They'll open up more spots and then we'll announce it to everybody. But I did reserve a spot for us today. But if those sites truly are as filled as it seems, then we're not going to do.
We can't do it because there were not many sites that were open, as you know, because you tried to book one.
And because we've always shared this with our community, and I don't want to go into something that's already filled and tell people they can't join us. And so that's a big change for us. I don't know why it's so filled.
We don't know what's going on.
We've never had a problem.
We're wondering about the dog sleds. Where are they racing?
It's the same race they do every year.
Okay.
Every year we've been, so I have no idea. We'll have to see if they've just blocked them off and we'll open more now.
Because they have done that in the past, haven't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
We gotta check into that.
Grandota Gallegos.
What is the best internet that you may suggest?
Ask me that in 2 weeks, okay? Because I got burned on one internet provider, like a lot of other RV content creators, earlier this year, and so I'm really being careful about what I recommend. But I can tell you that we put in a new system last week, and I'm very impressed with this company. They actually came by, helped design this thing. They know our needs to do videos like this, live streaming, and it's been up for a little over a week now, and I have been very impressed with it. But I'm not going to do a video on it or talk about it until we've had a little more opportunity to put it to the test. I've been in 2 different locations. It's been amazing. Um, and the system I have ranges in price from about $600 up to $6,000. So it depends on how serious you are about getting good internet. $600 will get you good internet if you're not, having to use it like we do for massive uploads of videos. The system we have is pretty close to the top end of that. It's an amazing system, and I hope to do a full review of its installation. I want to show you how awesome this thing is. But before I even talk about it, I'm not going to say anything until I've tested it out a little bit longer. Does that make sense? I hope. But just in general, if you got to decide something quick, I can tell you that if you want something that's reliable, the most I would get a dedicated router, and I can. I'll have a lot more to suggest after a couple more weeks of testing this. So hopefully you can stand by until I give you our verdict. Bill Sprague.
Truck campers are a nice middle ground between vans and Class Cs.
Yeah, they are. They're a little more work. They're a little more tricky. You got to get them off the van and lift them up, but no more work than really a fifth wheel, I guess, or a towable on hooking that.
Yeah.
But
I've always been attracted to those truck vans.
Oh my gosh, you could have talked me into a truck van at Tampa last year. I really like those.
Yeah.
Is it Arctic Fox or whatever, the one that's down to zero? You could camp 4 seasons, and it was big, but I needed a 350 truck again. See, I keep working on that, and a big full bed. But yeah, I do like truck campers. We've never spent any time in them, but they're pretty nice. They're small, but pretty cool. All right, would you do this favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. And this week, we're going to try, as I said, to kind of combine Ask Us Anything and our podcast, our regular RV podcast. And if you're not familiar with that, you can find out all about the podcast and all about our YouTube videos, everything at our website, which is rvlifestyle.com. And we hope that you will go there. Sun is starting to set. It's getting colder by the minute, and it's almost the grandkids' bedtime, and we want to maybe let them watch a Yogi Bear movie
just for a few minutes, because it is bedtime.
And again, we came to you this week from the Yogi Bear Camp Jellystone in Lake Barton, Indiana, just across the Indiana border from Michigan and north central Indiana. It's a great facility, perfect for families and a lot of intergenerational. We have 3 generations of our family here: our son, his family, and son, grandkids, and us. Yeah, we're the old codgers in the group. Thanks, Phyllis, for being there tonight and keeping everything running well. And to all the rest of you out there, please subscribe to our videos and our podcast. And don't forget, again, our personal email if you want to send us any comments or questions. Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. Again, that is Mike and Jen at rvlifestyle.com. Thanks for watching.
Happy trails.